What's up everybody? Today I'm going to be tying a Junebug jig. So for this jig I'm going to be using a 1/16 ounce jig head. I've powder painted that with ProTech Junebug powder paint. It's a really nice royal purple color that has teal glitter in it. For the thread I'm going to be using 140 denier UTC Ultra thread in purple. We're just going to start that thread at the head and tie it down to the point of the hook. And for our tail we're going to use a single Chartreuse marabou feather. So I'm just going to grab it at the stem and run my fingers up the feather to straighten the fibers. You want this to be about the length of the whole hook. So once you've got that how you want it, you can pinch the feather in place and tie it down. Make sure you tie it down real tight before you let go with your left hand. And now we're just going to wind this feather up to the head, maybe a little bit short of the head. And cut that off. Make sure you cut it as close as possible. And then just do some wraps of thread to clean that up. Bring it back down to where we tied in the tail. And because the chenille is not the same color as the marabou, I'm going to hide it a little bit better with this thread. There we go, that looks good. For the body I'm going to be using this Junebug Tinsel chenille. Got it from Nimrod's Tackle. I definitely recommend them. This is where I get most of my chenille these days. So I'm just going to take a piece of that and tie the butt end up to the head. Make sure you tie it down nice and tight again. Move the marabou feathers away so they don't get caught up in the chenille, and start winding that up the body. We just want nice tight turns that are perpendicular with the hook shank. Make sure each turn is pressed up against the last so that there's no gaps in the body. I'm going to use the rotary function of the vise because this piece is a little short. We should make it though. So I'm just going to turn this last section, and there we go. We're going to tie that off. Make sure you get 2 or 3 really good tight wraps to wrap off the chenille. And then we can cut that tag end off. There we go. Now we're going to whip finish. Give it 4 or 5 good turns on that whip finish. There we go, cut your thread. And that's it. As you can see, it's a nice looking jig. So it's a simple pattern, it catches tons of fish. Looks good dry, but let me get it wet real quick to show you what it looks like in the water. As you can see, the body darkens a little bit to match the jig head a bit better. And this matches those soft plastics and those other baits you see that are Junebug color. This is a color that's been around forever, and that's because it is so effective. But yeah, tie some of these up for yourself. You can change the tail color. I just really prefer the Chartreuse. It seems to be very effective, but you can always do any color you want. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe.